Okay, so I'm still learning how to work this. Okay, I've got my bootstrap farmer stuff. I got my soil knife, got my garden gloves, and this is my patio furniture. I have a chair and 5-gallon buckets that I found by the pool shed. So we have a footstool, and over here I have an end table. And I put my water here. That is one of the only glass tall drinking glasses I have here at this house, so that's what I'll be using. And I put a towel over my pitcher of water so it doesn't get hot. Now, this is where I'll be working. I also have the hooks. I'm hoping they fit because I can't find them, so I had to order some on Amazon. So I'm going to see if I can get my swing up. Hopefully the hooks work. If not, it is what it is, but I at least want to try. So that's what I'm working on, and now we are going to go to the garage, but I did not open it. I didn't unlock it actually, so I'm going to take you to the garage and then we'll come back around. So it's nice and cool in here. Okay, well, I turned the heat off. It's the first time all winter I've been able to turn the heat off. So go out to the garage. And what did I need? Oh, I forgot. I need my pruning shears that are in the house. Well, I don't need them right now. Actually, I'm fine. So here is what I have to empty. So all this firewood has to go somewhere. So it's gonna just have to go right here. Not ideal, but that is where it's going. Oh, hello, Mr. Sweet Time. Welcome in. So I am just about to take all this firewood and put it here so that I can use this cart. It's a dolly that converts to a cart that I got from Costco. And then I can put my Pro Mix on. But first we have to open the garage door, and everything has to be done by hand here. Okay. Let's get some light. There we go. That's good. Okay. Starlink also has to be moved. I made that myself, if you can't tell. It works, but I just don't like it there. Because first off, I don't like people knowing what I have, and also I just don't like it there. So we're going to move the Starlink, and then I'm also, okay, we're going to fix that swing. So I'm hoping these work. I don't know if they do, but I can't find the hooks for the porch swing, so we're going to try those out. And then I had to try bring some Pro Mix to the back because I want to load those Bootstrap Farmer seed cells with the Pro Mix. And then I also need to make a whole bunch of seed snails for when my seeds germinate. I have a whole bunch germinating right now, and as the seeds germinate, I'm going to take them out and put them in soil. But here's the problem. I need to make sure that I have enough soil for all my seeds. But at the same time, I also need to fill 5-gallon buckets to make some privacy fence. So that's what we're working on right now. So I have a whole bunch of topsoil at the back because when you look at how much you get for the price, it's half the price of Pro Mix. So I was going to cut that with half Pro Mix for my 5-gallon buckets, and then my seed starts is going to be just Pro Mix. So I think I'll be able to work it out, and then I would love to be able to get back there. I don't know if I can. Way on the back wall, there's this black sheet that I found here when I moved in. It was just on the ground in the backyard, but it's almost like a thick, like a plasticky rubber material, and I think it's the same size as plywood, a 4x6. So I kind of want to take that and put it in between the 5-gallon buckets to create some kind of fencing. I don't know. It's very short, so honestly, I don't think it'll do much, but it's better than nothing, so that's good. And then I'd have, I think, 2 sheets of lattice. I was hoping I had more, but I'm going to take that 1 sheet of lattice and I'm going to bring it over here. And I want to put it on my work table. So my plan is to use a sheet of the plastic lattice as the top of that work table I made so that I can put my seeds on there once they germinate, when they're in cells. And then when I can water them, the water will go right through. So I think that's a pretty good creation, because I just have to do with what I have and make the best use of it. I can't be buying stuff. So yeah, I got that work table, we'll throw some lattice on it, and then now I have some place to put my seeds as they germinate. So that is one of the projects for today. And let's see. Oh, yes. Oh my gosh, that is heavy. All right, so we've got a big box of cat litter that was delivered the other day. That has to go in the house, but for now, we are going to be working on this here. So let's see how I can make some space here. Well, I can just throw this out here. But you just have to be careful when I put stuff outside because the dogs are here every day from down the road. They don't bother me, but they're a nuisance and they steal things. So they're always coming in the garage and stealing my stuff and taking off with it. They've already stolen my running shoe that is my good running shoe that I use all the time. Now I have to buy new running shoes. So I do have to be really careful and make sure that I don't leave stuff. I can't leave the garage open, and yeah, so I can't leave the garage open at all because they'll come in here and take everything. So let's see. Whew. Okay. So I'm going to put, this isn't going to work out very well. Okay, well, that'll have to be your view for the moment while I'm unloading this wood. I'm very limited with a cell phone and a tripod. So, but I need to get this cart empty. Ew, there is a spider. Oh, I do not like spiders, but we're getting there. Almost done. And that is another reason why I don't like having firewood in the house. So I bring firewood in the house. Well, I mean, you don't want to be going up and down the stairs, every couple hours. So I do, in the wintertime, I'll get some wood in, put it next to the wood stove so it like warms up and it's good for when it needs to go in. But I learned the hard way that bugs love living in wood. So at the other house, I had brought all kinds of wood in the house. I had it in this empty room where I had the wood stove. And then I was loading the wood stove, and all of a sudden, there was a whole bunch of these tiny little bugs you could barely see. And there was like thousands of them. But you don't see them until I put the wood in the wood stove. So when I put the wood in the wood stove, that's when, and the wood was exposed to the heat, that's when I saw all these thousands of tiny, microscopic, disgusting bugs. And ever since then, that's when I realized, oh, there are a lot of critters that live inside the wood. So I no longer keep wood in the house. All right, we're getting started here. Almost got this cart ready. Whew. Okay. And then, yeah, it's it's really annoying because when we go around to the back, I'm going to have to shut this garage. Be nice if I could just leave it open, but I can't do that over here. So, out here, I have to have everything secure when I go around the back. Oh no, my wood is rolling. These are very dry cedar logs that can be split for tinder, but I don't have an axe to do that. So we're just going to leave it there. Okay. Problem 1 is solved. I got my Costco cart. I've put this thing through so much, and it's doing quite well. I'm shocked it even still works. Okay. So, got the cart. Now, I'm going to put these in my pocket so we don't forget them. Let me think. All right, so I have to get the buckets. Okay, not a problem. Maybe I should get buckets first. Yes, we need buckets first. So, let's go over here. Whew. Okay, there's a lid. What's in here? Oh, more lids. Oh, it's a bucket too. Okay. Well, this. Ooh! Oh, that is gross. It had water in it. Ew, that is gross. Okay. Well, that was not good. I have to go wash my feet. Well, things happen. So, I was not expecting that because I did not use that. So, alrighty. I'm going to try and grab these here. Let's see how this works. Okay. So, I'm hearing a little more water somewhere in there. Alright. So I got that section. And then down here, should be able to just grab this. There we go. Okay. So, got buckets. Put them there. So, one pile. Now, I need to go over here to this one over here. Oh. Okay. And we need to this one here. But I'm wondering, that might just fall. I'm wondering if I should just put them all up here. Because I can hold that. I think. I don't even know if they'll fit. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to attempt to try and push this like that, but we're going to put some Pro Mix here too. These are so heavy. Wow. Okay. Move you out of the way where it's safe. Okay. So I was experimenting out here, and one of these large bags of Pro Mix does about, I think, 3 5-gallon buckets, I think it was. Was it 3? Yeah, I think one pack did like 3 buckets. So, I'm thinking if I'm putting half, that means one pack will do 6 buckets. So these 2 packs will do 12 buckets because I'm putting half topsoil. Just have to grab these bags. So these bags are behind the Pro Mix, of course. That's okay. Still get them. Okay. So that's 2 bags. These are so heavy. Shouldn't it be nice to have some help? But I don't have help. Oh yeah, here's a problem now. I'm gonna have to be able to actually push the cart. So, I don't know. Let me see. I got 3 bags topsoil. Okay. I don't know. Let's just see. Let's just see if this is even gonna work here. So, I'm gonna hold on here. You see? No. You see? Okay, so I'm holding on here, and I'm gonna try and push and see if we can do this. So, honestly, for being out in the country where I thought was the middle of nowhere, there is so much traffic. Oh my goodness, and it is very loud, but kind of stuck in a rut here. So here's the problem. The back wheels are super tiny little things, and the front wheels are normal, which I don't like. So, but let's get out of the pothole. That should help. Okay. Oh my goodness. This driveway is not flat or smooth, and neither is the ground. So I want to do a test here to see how heavy this is. Can I push it? I don't know. I could just run over the Starlink wire. That's actually not a problem, but once I get past here, this is in the way. This is where I had the firewood. Okay. So, we're gonna move this. Oh my goodness, look at this green grass. The snow is just finished melting. There's still a little bit of snow in the brook, in the forest. We've got so much green grass already. Look at that. It's beautiful. So I need to make sure I have that clear path. Okay, so let's see. Should probably move this. Let's see. All right, let's get this moved. Oh. All right, so I have space. So we got to go to the back. That's all right. We'll at least try. And I want to. Let's see. Okay. There we go. All right, I'll at least try. Doesn't hurt to try. Hold this here. All right, let's see if we can do this here. If it falls, not a problem. Just pick it up. They're just empty buckets. But I just need to make it to the back. All right. Well, we made it down the first hill. Now we are tipping. And it is very difficult. So it's working, but it's just hard to push on grass. So let me see here. It's all right. We're doing it. We're going. Okay. Oh my goodness, look at this grass. I cannot believe how much this grass has grown already. This is crazy. The snow just melted and my lawnmower isn't working. It's a Toro Time Master and I just had it serviced. It's fairly, well, I don't want to say it's new. I've had it for 5 years, but I haven't used it that much. And it just won't start. My fault. Because I was using gas from the previous year and I didn't realize. So it was clear. Ew, there's a spider on the camera. Ew. I don't know if you can see him. Ugh. Not happy. I don't like spiders. Okay. Well, I don't know, I can't blow them away. Well, Look, here's a stick. Let's give him a, oh wait, let's pull it out of the ground. Okay. Let's give Spider a stick to play on. There you go. Alrighty. I'm out here in a hooded sweatshirt, and it is beautiful because I don't even know if it's 60 yet, but the sun is out, so it is cold, but it's more of like a little, the air is a little bit cold. But if you're in direct, oh my gosh, I have to go up these potholes. If you're in direct sun, it's actually warm. Okay, we're getting there. I think I'm headed to the bricks. Okay, let's see here. Here we are. Okay, so we basically made it. But, you know what? I don't want to carry these buckets too far. So we're just going to back up a little bit. I think I'll do my work. Yeah, right here. So we have this fence here. It's basically, I don't want to say, well, it's held up, but it's not in great condition. So I just want to try and put something at least here in this spot to give me some privacy on my deck so I'm not being stared at. It's really creepy. So we're gonna work on filling these buckets right here. Well, I'm actually gonna put them where I want, and then I'll fill them where I want them. Oh, there's water in there. Ew, ew, ew. I did not know there was water in them. But I also have to make sure, good thing I made sure, there's a couple that didn't have holes in them. Oh, that's probably why they had water in them. Because those are the few buckets I didn't have holes in. Most of them do have holes. And of course, I'm grabbing the ones that didn't have holes. My goodness. I only had a couple, I think, that didn't have holes. So, alright. Oh my goodness, all the buckets. Okay, here's one that has holes in it. Okay, we're gonna use this one here. Let me put you there for a moment. And that's the other problem, is sometimes it is very difficult to pull these buckets apart. But if you have an air compressors work. I do not have one, so I have to use my muscle. Oh my goodness! Just about every bucket does not have holes in it, and that is odd. Alright, we're gonna have to go back to the garage. We're gonna have to go and check that second batch of buckets. Man, like 90% of my buckets, I put holes in them. So, I also have to move that bucket down the hill. I was planning out making a vineyard. It's not gonna work because I'm still gonna have to cut grass and maintain it on a hill. I'm not doing that, so that's okay. Let's go over here. Alrighty. Let's check out the next pile of buckets and see if they have holes in them. Alright. It's a little difficult to see in here though. It's dark. But there's a bin. Oh, I have to put you down for just a second. I need 2 hands. Okay. Okay, so, well, there's a caterpillar in that one. Some of these buckets were from the bakery, and I didn't want to put holes in them because they're good food grade buckets that I can use to store dry food in. So it's only my buckets that I got from the building supply store that have holes in them. And I think this pile does. So, oh my gosh. There is water dripping out of some of these buckets. So I found them. I just have to safely get them out of this garage. Okay. Wow. Okay. This is not fun. You know, it sure would be nice to have some help. Let me show you. That is what I'm carrying with one hand. And they are heavy. And we have water dripping out, so let's see if I can drain all the water out. Wow, that's a lot of water. So I'm guessing one bucket did not have holes. Okay. That's good enough, I would say. Alright. I'll just carry them dripping. That's fine. Okay. Almost there. Almost there. So these buckets are going to go like right here. So kind of want to put it like on this side of the window, I'm thinking. It's the basement window. But it'd be nice if it was level with the fence. Honestly, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be. And I can move them. So let's put you down for a moment and try and get these apart. Oh, I'm getting so dirty. Okay. Some of these are very hard to get apart. Okay, I got 2 holes. So that's good. Alright, so we have 2 so far. Oh, almost fell. And then we have 1 up there. So as soon as I have the buckets lined up, then I'm good. The rest is the easy part. The rest is just filling them. So this is what we got so far. 3 buckets. And this is what I'm working on taking apart. So, alright. Watch this stuff. So I also am, well, I don't know. I'm hoping to keep the dogs out of here too. But I don't know. They'll probably just jump over it or push them. So what I want to try and do is go on an angle. So it's kind of angled with that fence instead of a straight line. Ideally, it would be nice to have a straight line, but I don't know. I'm trying to just use the least amount of materials and make the best of what I got. But here's another problem. The ground is not flat anywhere here. So I'm also working on a hill. So my buckets kind of get lopsided and yeah, it's hard. I gotta find a spot where they're not gonna tip. Of course, you know, once they have soil in them, they should be okay. But that's what I'm working with right now. Alright, I gotta try and get the rest of these apart. Oh, we've got 1 with holes. Oh, 1 doesn't. Got water. And we do have 1 with holes. Alright, so let's go over here. And I did not close the garage door, so I have to go back. But I also have another pile of buckets I can grab. So this is what we got so far. So that's going to be my temporary privacy fencing. And I want to try and line it up here. So obviously we need a whole bunch more. And those don't have holes in them. So going to the garage to check the next. Yeah. So I need to check the next pile of buckets. So let's see. And of course, the buckets, I believe, are way in that back corner. Yep, there they are. Right behind that bottom shelf. I cannot wait until I can get all this cleaned out. So if you're new, when I was moving stuff, I had to move super fast, and there was no time to sort or organize. So everything had to just be shoved in the garage. And winters here are freezing cold. I cannot work very well in the freezing cold. So this all just, yeah, it just had to stay here like this all winter long. And then now that it's somewhat decent, we finally have at least a few days in the 60s. Found one. Now I can actually get this sorted and cleaned. So, all right. I have to get to that back part though. Okay. My goodness. At a level. And most of this stuff though, it's easy to move. So, let me see here. Recycle. And oh, here's another one. Let me see if this has holes first. Nope, no holes. So that's not good. All right. Still trying to make it to the back. Oh my goodness. Okay. Those are the legs to my kitchen table, and they're very awkward to move. So, how can I do this? Well, maybe I'm just not gonna. Yeah, I'm just not gonna bother. I'll do it another day. This is a good start. So I've got one here, and oh, these need soil too. I have to repot my aloes, so I'll do that. Oh. All right. These have scrap wood in it, and I don't want to just dump them out because then I have to pick them all up. But I'm just, could really use those buckets. That's okay. We're just gonna make do with what we have. And oh, people are out next door already. And I get to hear the noise of all their vehicles and their tractors. Oh, gosh. I cannot wait till I can move. Oh, that'll be so nice. Alright, so put you down here for a moment. Okay, so there we go. That's what we have right now. And we just have this space here, which is okay. So I have this space here. I can always work on that another day. At least we got to start. So I got to do half topsoil, and I have to do half pro mix because these I'm going to plant stuff in there. So I was thinking of putting my giant sunflowers that grow like 10-15 feet, and that'll make a nice natural fencing that's cheap. And actually, you know what? You're supposed to space those sunflowers so many feet apart. Is it 2 or 3 feet? So actually, I can move these buckets. And I may not even need more. So by the time I space them, yeah, I think I'm good. So we'll start here. Okay. Well, okay. So we've got one extra here. Let's see. I'm not spacing them 2 feet, honestly, because I do want to try and make fencing. However, my plan was to make a second row behind it with nice, pretty flowers and put that black, I don't know what it is. It's like a 4 feet by 8 feet black, heavy plastic resin thing. Put it in between the buckets as a wall so you can't see through it. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to make do with this. So let's see. So this is the problem. It's a hill. So this bucket is tilted and crooked. And I can't do anything about it because I'm on a hill. So just try and put it in the most decent spot I can so it's somewhat level. So they kind of tip like forward or tip backward a bit. So anyways. Alright. Well, this is helping. Yeah, doing pretty good. Okay. So this is what we have right here. So here we are. So I only have this little spot left that would be good for like a little gate spot. Alright, so you know what? That's good enough. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so now we have to fill these. Okay, so this is what we're doing. We're going to fill these with half topsoil, half pro-mix, and then they are ready. I can't plant outside till the middle of June, but I want to at least have them ready. And then I'll plant the tall sunflowers to make privacy fencing because there is none here. And it's creepy when the neighbors live so close and they can just stare at your backyard. And like, if you want to sit out here, they just stare at you. So this way, it's just the cheapest way I can create some temporary fencing since I don't really, well, you know what? This is falling down, but it's holding up enough that it's like better than nothing. So, you know, I'm making do with what I have. And then I have to fill these up too. So I have an aloe that had all these little baby aloes. So I have 7 aloe plants that are going to need to get repotted. So I'm going to put, so these 2, 6, 5. So I still need to plant 5 anyways. So I got to plant these with Pro-Mix. I know, aloes are supposed to have cactus soil. I don't have cactus soil and I can't buy any. So we're just going to use Pro-Mix and those 2 planters. And then these here are going to be for, these are going to be for just like my regular plants. So those are for indoor, but they have to be washed. And these are outdoor. They're fine. I'm just going to fill them with soil. So main thing today is I just need to make sure that I'm not using the soil that I put aside for seeds. So I need to make sure I have enough soil Pro-Mix for my seed starting before I start filling buckets. So these are mandatory. So I'm going to fill those buckets. And then everything that I have left over, all the Pro-Mix, is going to strictly be for seed, for my seed starts. And then if I have any left over, probably not, then I can fill more buckets. So over here, this side, I ain't worried about because they never go out there and they don't bother me. But it is weird because there's a house like next to them, but it's built way in the back, and I can see their windows. This is not how it's supposed to be in the country. So when you live way out in a remote area in the country, houses should be spaced way far apart. And out here, there's hardly any people, but they just happen to put the houses so close together that you feel like you're in the city, even though you're not. So let me put you down here. Let's get my garden gloves. And probably should get some water too. Well, what to do? Citrus or watermelons. I don't want to dirty up the watermelons. Maybe no, I don't know. They kind of match my Empty Homestead sweatshirt. So, I don't know. Well, let's see. I'll use the pink ones. So, let me get my garden gloves on. Alright, and then I gotta get my garden knife out and we can get started. These actually are pretty cute. So I got these. I got them at Giant Tiger, I think. Yeah, I got them at Giant Tiger and they were really cheap, but I thought they were adorable. Really cute. And this is the first time I've used them too. So I've got watermelon garden gloves. Okay. A little awkward putting them on, the second glove on when you have the first one. And then I've got my garden knife here. So let's. Oh, did I not even open this? It is still sealed. Well, that's interesting. So if you haven't seen these garden knives, let me show you. Oh, yeah, I never did open this. That's funny. I just assumed I did. So it comes in a case here. Oh. Okay, so it has this case. And it has this here. So it's actually, oh, you know what? This is actually pretty strong and sturdy. I'm very impressed. I'm not really into wood finishes. I just don't like, I don't know. Wood rots and breaks, but look at this. It's actually pretty decent quality. Doesn't have a very tall blade, but, well, this is 5 inches. So, anyways, we're just going to use this. And, let's see here. I am very happy to see that even though the pool's gross and it's been sitting here for 2 years, you know, the water's not bad. Like, it is fairly clear. I mean, it's 2 years worth of leaves, obviously dead rodents, but, you know, for a pool that's been sitting here for 2 years, it's not that bad. Like, it's actually clear, so it's dirty, but, you know, it could be worse. It could be, like, thick and brown or green or something, but, oh, it's sinking. The pool cover is sinking. Well, that's going to make it harder to take that off when the time comes. Oh, there's some dogs again. Anyways, another reason to get this done. So I'm going to move this over here. And, well, I might as well start at these front buckets. So, okay. It's very hard to find any place here that is flat. It's all potholes. So let me try and see what I can do here so you don't fall. I don't know. I know you probably can't see anything, but that's just what I'm working with. And I can't really see my screen because of the sun. So, anyways. Okay, I'm just going to move this part for a moment here. Make it easy on myself. Get some of this off. And if you can hear Barky, oh, she has lots to say. So, for those that know Barky, there she is. Hi, Barky. And this is what I have to deal with while I'm working. Okay, so she's not mean. She won't bite me. You want to help? I don't know. She's probably a little upset because I'm blocking her spot. She likes to go and drink the dirty pool water. And now, well, she'll just go right over them, actually. So, finally. Okay. She's gone. So, I am just going to be filling this here. Taking my time. One of them days. You know, I really... So, I'm thinking, instead of trying to scoop this up, it's just bags are so heavy. I'm thinking I could dump, but I don't want to dump the whole bag. So, let's just try this out. See what works. It'll take forever to use that scoop. So, okay, good enough. So I'm going to show you what this looks like, just in case, you know. Now, if you live in Canada, you could, well, I guess this will help because you'll at least be able to order it if you want it. But I'm just using, it's really hard to work out here with the camera. So, and I can't see my screen, but this is Greenhouse Gold Black Earth. It's from Kent Building Supply. And this is what it looks like here. So it's just, I think it's just composted wood. So there's a lot of wood chips in here, which I don't like because when you're gardening, you want smooth soil. You really don't want chunks. Oh my gosh. All they do is bark. Okay, so let me see. Put a little, well, I don't want to fill them right to the top though, because if you fill it right to the top, let me just put you here for a moment. So if you fill it right to the top, because I need to see comments. So if you fill it to the top, then what happens is when it rains, you get a lot of water, it'll start overflowing if it can't drain out it fast enough, if you get a lot of water, and then you lose your soil. So I don't want to fill it right to the top. So one bag, okay, this looks good. So one bag will actually do 2 buckets. So I'll put half a bag fills half a bucket. So that's good. Let's see here. Just have to even it out a little bit and then I'll show you. Okay. My poor knife flew on the bag and bounced. So we've got 2 buckets half full. Pretty good. So that means that I'm going to need 1, 2, 3, I have 4 bags of topsoil. I brought 2 out here, so that's okay. So I can at least get 4 more buckets done. All right, let's take this. Try and make it easier on myself here. Sorry, I can't even see where the camera's going because the screen is black because the sun. And let's see here. Okay, so I'm gonna put you, wait, find that flat spot here. Okay, there, that's a flat spot. Wait, is it flat? Yeah, I don't want you to fall. So, okay. Oh my goodness, these are so heavy. And, now, if you cut these bags open carefully, you can actually reuse them. And that's what I try to do. Oh, well, doesn't make sense. I somehow only have 1 garden glove on. So I thought I did. I put both on. That's so weird. I don't remember. Oh, I took one off to open the box. I was going to say, why do I not have a garden glove? So let's go back to our area here. Should push this more. There we go. And you also have to be really careful because of this. I don't know if you can see it, but where the fence used to be, they took the fencing out, but they didn't take the right there. So yeah, there's like metal postings sticking out, and you could easily trip and fall on it. So you have to be careful. Okay, so just gonna put this garden glove on, and so oh my goodness, out here it may look like grass, but it has these really picky weed things. It is horrible, and it really hurts. I'm sitting on the ground, and they dig right in your skin. Alrighty. Okay, that's one bucket. Two. Just trying to make sure that they're fairly even. It doesn't actually matter, but yeah, it's nice to have your things as even as possible. Oh, I need my knife now. How did my knife disappear? Oh, I'm looking all over for my knife. It's in the bucket, but I had threw it over on the grass, so. Okay, I'm trying to put you where you won't fall, because I am working on a hill, and it may not look like it, but these buckets, where these buckets are, the ground actually starts sloping down from here out. So, let me see. So, open this Comix bag. And, I don't know. Oh my gosh, I'm trying. This is very difficult when you're dealing with a camera because, again, I'm on a hill. But I'm trying to fill this. Honestly, this knife is not good for scooping. This is just good for planting, but I need a spade. That's what I need. Or, you know what, actually, I should have brought out like a big mug. That would have made more sense. But the Comex looks somewhat nice. Now, I was going to mix it all in, but then I thought no, because when water drains out, often it takes some soil with it. So I don't want my Comex draining out. I would prefer the topsoil. So I'm going to leave the topsoil on the bottom. And also, too, whenever it rains or I water my plants, then the water will slowly push nutrients down into the roots as opposed to being at the bottom and draining out into the ground. So I'm not planting in these today. I just want to get these started so I can at least have some fencing started. That's my big thing, is I just need some fencing, and I need to have these buckets need to have weight so they don't blow away or blow down. So I'm just trying to get the weight in these buckets. And then while I'm waiting to be able to plant, I do want to try, and I'd love to put a row behind them and then put, even if it's just the lattice, the 2 sheets of lattice I have across it, that would help. But it's very, very windy out here, so you do have to be mindful of wind. So that's why I figured even if I had 2 rows of buckets and then I planted or I put a sheet of lattice in between as a wall, the top part is going to wobble in the wind. So I'd have to put like some kind of T-post in here. I mean, it's just a whole ordeal, and it's not going to work out. So this is just something temporary. But once I get the sunflowers in here, I think I'll be okay. Ideally, you should not be planting giant sunflowers in here. You need a whole lot more root space, but these will just strictly be for fencing, not for like harvesting seeds, because they're just going to be stunted. Yeah, my sunflowers will definitely be stunted in buckets. So if you don't know, yeah, you can technically grow a whole lot of stuff in buckets, but most likely your plants are not going to be as big as they otherwise would if they were planted in the ground, and you're not going to get the harvest that you normally would have gotten because you're restricting their roots. So they only have this amount of space for their roots to grow, and it's not very much. But some things do very well. They don't need a whole lot of space, and that's fine. But for the most part, it is ideal to plant in a raised bed where the bottom is open to the ground so that the roots can expand. But yeah, let's see. Okay, I think that's good because I don't want to go to the top again, because whenever it rains, you're gonna lose a whole bunch of your soil. So here we are. Oh, I forgot to shut the garage door. Okay, I'm taking you with me right now. And Barky was just out here too, so that reminded me. That's another reason I can't wait to move, because nobody should have to constantly, out in the country where there's nobody, have to keep closing their garage doors while they're outside working, things like that. But out here, you have to. Ah, yes, I still have to move that Starlink. Okay. So, a nice thing with the garage is it faces east. And so, the north side of the house, back part, that gets the least amount of sun. So, it's nice because master bedroom is on the north side of the house. So, it's the coolest, it'll be the coolest bedroom. But the garage is be fairly cool all summer because the sun is mostly out here in the back. So yeah, that's nice. I'd love to get like a screen, portable movable screen wall thing put up so that I can, when it's too hot, I can go and sit in the garage where I get shade and it's cool. Back here gets the most amount of sun. Sun will be out here and it goes down right about there. So, I don't know, sometime around maybe 8 or something o'clock-ish, sometime around there, it'll start to go behind those trees. And yeah, there's no flat ground here, so yeah, no flat ground. So when the sun goes down for me, it can be very different for somebody that lives like a few houses down or just down the road, because it's all dependent on your elevation in that spot. So all right, so I don't want you to fall because it's windy. I'm going to put you right behind this bucket, and I'm going to fill this next bucket here. Oh, it's so heavy. So after I get these done, actually I might just do a couple. I'm gonna go drink some water. But this is my goal for today, is to get these done. Then I do actually, you know what I'm thinking? Before I fill the other buckets, I am going to bring my work table back here, and I'm going to set my work table back here inside of my bucket fence, and that way I don't have to worry about Barky and her mom getting into my plants. Of course, they probably will. They'll just go around the pool. But I do want to actually put in a temporary bucket fence on the other side too. I don't really need privacy over there, but mainly it's the dogs. I want to keep them away from here because they get into everything. When I was planting blueberries, they were digging the blueberry trees up as I was planting them. So I know very well if I bring my seed starts out here, they're just going to go and get into them for something to play with. And also, I'm trying to find ways to keep them away because I don't want them getting into my raised beds either. So I'm also trying to be mindful of what I plant in the borders. So I do want to try and plant things that dogs do not like going through, like maybe, I don't know. But if you had like, say, pumpkin patch, well, they might not like the feel of those vines because I think they have little pickies on them. So they might not go through the pumpkin patch. So if I put pumpkins around my yard, then they'll probably be less likely to go through the pumpkins to get to the inside of my garden area. I don't know. I'm just trying to think. On a budget of free or dirt cheap, how can I kind of make fencing? But I try to make everything movable, so when I move, I can take it with me. That would be nice. Alright, so I think this bucket is good. So I've got 2 buckets. Now, I'll do the other ones. So I gave up on that knife. The knife is good for planting, but no, not for scooping. So I'm just using both my hands to get the soil out of the bag. Okay, so okay, so this next bucket is almost full, and then I will show you what I'm at. Alright. Okay, well, I might as well do the other one. So I just now finished the 3rd bucket, and oh, you know what, honestly, it is so horrible having to live like this because after I do all this work, part of me is like, oh, them dogs are probably going to come and dig in here, and it's going to be all over the grass, and the buckets are going to be on the ground because that's what they do. So I am not happy. I cannot wait to move. This is not enjoyable. Anyways, I'm just going to keep doing the best I can with what I have to work with. Okay, so I'm almost done the next bucket. And I'm trying to pack it lightly. I don't want to pack it too much, but when it rains, it will pack the soil a bit more. So the soil will probably go down as it rains. I don't see any rain in the forecast, so I don't know, but yeah, we'll see. Should be fine. Alright, so we're doing pretty good. Actually, yeah, this bag is doing way more than I thought. Well, not really, but yeah, not bad. Okay, so I got these 4 done. So there's topsoil on the bottom. Let me get these bags. I don't want them blowing away. Okay. Alright, so got the rest of these to go. So not bad, and it's coming along, but make it easy on my, oh my goodness. I forget how hard it is to move this on this hilly ground, but alright, try to make it easy on myself. I'm just gonna stick those in there so they don't blow away. Now, that bag is gonna do these 2 empty buckets, but then I'm gonna have to go and get 2 more bags from the garage. So I'm gonna put you, let's see, right there, right there. So there. So you shouldn't fall, and I can see comments. So the one good thing about the knife is I can actually use it to open the bags. So the one side of this knife is a blade that is serrated. So that actually allows you to open your garden bags easily, well, fairly easily. And I'm gonna try jumping it. Okay, so that and the rest of this try and get them a little bit even. Again, it doesn't actually matter, but matters to me a little bit. Oh, I skipped a bucket. That's okay. Not worried. Alright, so almost done. Bucket number 5. So far, this Pro Mix is much better than what it was when I ordered it before, because at the other house, like 3 years ago, I think 3 years ago, well, I had ordered it was on sale, so I got the organic Pro Mix. But, you know, organic Pro Mix is more expensive, but here's the problem. When I was taking it out of the bag, I noticed quite a few of those fruit and vegetable stickers from like the grocery store, and I was really disgusted. I'm like, they are throwing vegetables from the grocery store in here with the stickers on them. You know how many pesticides are on that stuff, and it's in our thing. And on top of that, the stickers, the numbers started with a 4. That means they are not organic. So not only was the food they're throwing in here not organic food, but it had pesticides. So I'm really disgusted. Like, I don't want stickers in my organic soil mix. But then seeing what is on those stickers, that tells me what is mixed in with my soil. So you pay for organic soil, but you're getting food mixed into it from a grocery store that is not organic, and they didn't even take the stickers off of them. So I no longer bother buying organic soil, because I've seen from experience that, yeah, you often don't get what you think you're getting or what you're paying for. So I'm like, I wait for Pro Mix to go on sale, and then I order whatever I can charge to credit card, and then I can at least have something to work with. But yeah, so this is not organic. This is just the regular one. And I remember, I don't know if it's certain times of the year or stores or what, but the last time I was buying this stuff, it was like $30-something for one, $38, I think it was 37 or $38 for one bag. That is crazy. So, but right now the regular price is $24.99, so $25. Compared to what it was last time I saw it, I would say that's pretty good. It's better than 38, but some of the stores have been having sales on Pro Mix, so even though it's $25 for this large bag Canadian, some stores may actually have it cheaper. So after this one, I'm going to take a little break, because I think my phone is in the hot sun, and that is not good, and usually it will just shut off. So I'm going to just finish this one bucket here, and then we'll go sit on the deck for a moment. So I don't want to fill it to the top, but I want to get it somewhat close to the top. I do like to pack the sides in a little bit too, just to make sure that the wind doesn't blow the light spots away. Alright, so I'll show you what we've done so far. Oh, I don't want to lose my things here. So we've got those 4 buckets. Oh, it's hard for me to see. And I got these 2 here done. I skipped a bucket in the middle. That's alright. I just have to do these here. So I just have 4 buckets, but I'm going to have to get more topsoil from the garage, and I'm going to need my cart. So I'm going to push this. Well, wait a minute. Oh yeah, I'm going to need this for these buckets at the back. So I might as well push it off more towards the, there we go. And now my cart is free. Not going to the garage just yet. Oh, see, there's so many things on this property that are horrible. I don't know if you can see that, but that is dangerous. It is sharp and it has to be dug out somehow. I can't take it out, but it does have to get dug out. So these don't have holes, so that's fine. But you know what? I'm getting somewhere. At least I'm doing something. So I'm trying to do the best I can with what I have here. And let's just check my phone battery. Good for a little bit. Oops. Okay. So, oh, let me see. Yes, it is a hori hori knife. Let me see. Okay, so this one, hori hori garden knife. It is, just gives some little, oh, so it shows that here it actually has the measurements, and the measurements are actually on that knife. So if you need to dig like 1 inch deep to plant something, and then it actually shows you here too, on one side it's serrated and one side it's not. So when I need to cut open the bags, I use that. And then you have that. So you can also cut weeds down with that too. Okay, so I'm gonna take a break for a moment. So that there, I made sure that one of the important things is my Bootstrap Farmer seed cells with all the pretty colors. I made sure that those did not get left behind. So I made sure that got in the moving truck. I've only got half my stuff moved. So I'm very limited on what I have to work with here, but I'm doing the best I can. So I'm just gonna come up here, and there's no steps here, so just have to use some bricks. So there's my steps right there. So exciting. Look at that. Oh wait, can you see them? There. That's the step to get on the porch. So, and then there's my footstool and my end table. This here is my one piece of patio furniture. So it's a Costco hammock chair. If you haven't seen these, they actually rock. So you can just sit in your chair and rock, but you can adjust this. So you can set the chair straight up, or you can actually put it all the way down flat and you can sleep in here. So go over here. I'm gonna get my water right here. Get my water. And I also want to try those hooks I got for that swing. Delicious. Just drink it all. So it was hot. I forgot. I should have put this towel over my glass, but anyways, at least the water is cool for the next one. But this is what I got these here for. So I don't know where I put those hooks. So I took the hooks off when I was moving my swing, because this is one of my favorite things is the swing, but I can't remember where I put the hooks. So I'm just trying to think, because I want to move it, then put the hooks on. Oh, these I found in the garbage dump pile behind the house. So behind the pool, I call it the garbage dump. There's like a cliff or a hill, and I found those. I'm like, ooh, I could use those. So I actually brought those up before it snowed, and I put them under the deck. But I'm like, you know what? They're decent condition. The white one, that planter's not even broke. So that's, oh yeah, I want to put some soil in there. I'll probably just put topsoil, maybe a tiny little bit of Pro Mix on top of it. But that's just going to be for pretty flowers, just to make it look nice back here. And I think I'll put it on the end of the porch thing. Like, let me see here. So nothing here is flat or level. And so my swing actually, let me see. Yeah, so the swing on that end is sticking up. And yes, I probably could put something under it, but I'm not going to. I'm just gonna keep trying to move the swing until all the legs are level. Okay, here. No, you know what? No matter where I move it, wait, I don't know if you can see the gap, but it's that one right there. So I'm gonna try and see if, okay, this one I think is probably as close as I can get. Nope. Let's see. Well, I don't know. Probably gonna have to play around with this because one side, so far it's that one side that's still sticking up, but I had it so it was flat, but then this one here was sticking up. So I want to put it together after it's level, but I'm just not sure if it's like this floorboard that's causing that to be up so much. So maybe I'll just push it a bit. Good gracious, I don't know. No, I don't know. This is where it comes in handy to have two people. But I'm thinking maybe if I push it all the way to the back, that might work. Okay. Let's see. No, that's flat, and then this one is still sticking up. Well, I think maybe worst case, let me see. That's the only one. So here's a thought. This was here when I moved in, and I don't plan on ever using this thing here. So I could probably slide that. I don't want things to look ugly, but temporarily, I'm thinking this here on. You know what? It's better. It's not good, but it's better. But I'll put it like, and then I don't want it like that either because then water doesn't drain. But okay, so that's how it's gonna look. Yeah, I really don't like eyesores, but let's see. Oh, my package of hooks are over here. Okay, so this swing, I'm gonna try and put this swing up here with these hooks. Let's see. So I want this here in place. So I want to try and get this in place. Then I'll put the hooks on so it's easier because I have to do this myself. I have to try and lift this whole thing and put it up on these hooks. I can do it. I'm pretty sure I can. It's just not ideal. So, but we'll try. Now, they didn't really have much information, so I don't even know if these are going to be good. But I don't even know which way. Well, there's only one way because it doesn't fit that way. So I'm thinking, oh, well okay, so there's no hole on this side. There's only a hole on the back part here, right here. So, let me see. Would it go like that? Well, I guess it's gonna have to because that's the only way I don't know. I don't know. So it'll pretty much have to go like that. So, but it can go like that or it can go like this. But, let's see. Yeah, so you can't put it upside down. So the only way it can go is like this. So I'm just gonna have to try it and just heavily pray over it. But honestly, these are not the right hooks. It doesn't even go all the way down, and since it keeps hitting this part here, and so since this is not in there properly, that's gonna cause a problem, and it's probably gonna. I wish I could pop that off. So yeah, you don't want to use them if they don't fit properly. But so that sucks. Now, if I had someone that could grind off the edge, then it might be okay. But honestly, I don't even know if these are even going to work. Let me pick up the one I dropped here. I just thought I would try them. It was the cheapest one I could find. I just hope when I clean out that garage that I can find my hooks. But for now, I don't know. Let me just see. Wondering if it's easier to put the hook on there and then try and put the swing up. Yeah, that's going to be a lot easier than to try and get this little hook on here with one hand. So I'll put these hooks up here and see. All right, I'm going to give you a view of the pool for a moment while I try and do this. This is a very heavy. No, that's not. I cannot do this with one by myself. So I need two people here. Unless I can, well, you know what? I might be able to get one end in and then quickly go to the other side and try to get the other side. But I don't think it'd be safe to sit on because those hooks don't go properly. But let's try. Okay, well, I got it on, but okay. I think it works. So it naturally popped the cap off on one. Oh, I got them both off. All right, success. Now I don't know if this is going to be sturdy, if this is safe, but the caps popped off on their own. So when I put the hooks in, it popped those caps off. Okay, so you know what? It's worth a try. You don't know until you try. So I was able to get this here. So I got my porch swing up. So exciting. Step one. Now, cushions are in the garage, but they need to get washed. So I can't actually use it. And then also too, I had, when I got it, it was belonged to an old neighbor's parents that went to a nursing home. I got it for like $20 or $25. And this was in their covered porch. That's why it was in such good condition. And it came with brand new cushions. The cushions alone here are like $80 a piece. So I did pretty good for $20 or $25. So anyways, I love this. I could sit on here all day and just swing and listen to the water. But anyways, so yeah, what his dad had done is he took this really super thin piece of plywood and he cut it to fit the back part. And so I actually had a piece of thin wood that you just lay across the back, so when you put your cushions on there, they don't push through the open holes, so it just makes it more comfortable. But it got damaged in the move, so I don't know. I might see if I can come up with something. And actually, in the pool house, that old shed thing, there's the exact same piece of wood that was originally on there from the neighbor's dad. But I would have to get it cut. So I can't just go and get it now. It has to be cut. But there just happens to be the exact piece of wood I need in there. So that's good. So basically, it's just the cushions I need. But oh, how nice is that? All right, so another thing off my list that I did, I need to get some more water because I love it though. I could sit here in the hot sun all day. It is so nice. But you do have to make sure you're hydrated, and it is nice to get a little break every once in a while. But I do still have to get these filled. But again, the buckets, those come first, but I already pretty much am good. So I just have to get 2 more bags of topsoil, so that's good. So I know I've got those done. And again, I did want to put some here, not because of those neighbors, but because of the dogs, because they will just go around the fence and come over on this side, and I don't want them here. But before I finish putting the soil in those buckets, I did want to move them so I can try and drag my work table out here, and I want to put the work table right here, put the lattice on it, and then I can use that for my seed starting. So when I see, I have plants right there in the window, and the poor things want sun. So I would like to be able to bring them out and put them there. So, and then, I can easily come out and put like plastic. I can make like a little, on the sides, I can kind of make some kind of frame thing on the sides of the table. So I can put plastic over it, and it's not going to push down on my plants, but it'll keep them warm through the night. So that's what I'm working on. Those are my plans. If I get it done today, great. If not, I'm not worried about it. But let me just take you over here. Oh, I didn't mean to shut my door. No, I meant to put my screen door here so get a nice breeze in the house. So, all right, that's done. Now I want to get my water. So I'd put my water, I can't even see here, under this towel so it keeps it cool. This is the best thing I could find at the moment with what I have. So let me get some more water. And then I'm going to put this towel back over it. It actually works fairly well. It just keeps the sun off of it. And then I can sit in my chair for a little bit. I'll probably have to switch phones. So as soon as my phone, the battery's getting low, I have to then I have to switch and use my other phone while this one's charging. So, well, might as well. We'll do half junk pile, half pool. So, just gonna rest for a little bit. Hopefully everyone is having a lovely day. Let's see, what else do I want to get done today? So, just gonna sit here, get some sun, and then, let's see, we'll get the topsoil and my work table, get that out of the way. I still have a lot of stuff I want to get done in the garage, but I want to take advantage of this nice hot weather. So, well, I have it because we only have it for 4 days. Then we have a cold front coming again. So, yeah, we don't want cold front over here. So, I want to try to get as much done outside as I can. Now, that bush in the corner of that fence, you can see, that is also going to come down, I think, tomorrow. So, because I can't look at that anymore. I think it's holding up the fence, which is good, but it's hideous. It is horrible. So that big bush thing is huge on the other side. So that is, it has like, inside, it's really, really thick. I don't know what you call it, like the branches, I don't know. But like growing out of the ground, it's pretty thick. So I'm hoping that my tree pruning shear things can cut them. I'm probably not going to be able to cut all the way down to the bottom because it's too thick, but I'm going to cut down as much as I possibly can of that thing and get rid of it. And then, yeah, so that's going to also allow the sun to get to the ground, because if you have ground that's very damp, that's a breeding ground for mosquitoes and other bugs and stuff. We don't want that. And it's also giving shade to the critters and to mosquitoes. So that has to go. I don't even know why you would put that bush there. However, if I had a tractor, I would pull it out and I would put it where those buckets are. I would use it for fencing. So it's really good privacy fence. It's just in a horrible spot. Just one big giant bush it's just weird. So yeah, it would be really nice if I could just move it, but no, it has to get cut down. Let's see. So that's probably going to be tomorrow. Oh my gosh, there's little bugs flying around already. There should not be. There's a big bee. Oh, I like bees. They don't bother me. But I'm not ready to see mosquitoes or other biting bugs. The snow literally just melted. And it's still cold at night, so we should not have biting bugs. Now, I do have a mosquito magnet, the executive one. It's supposed to do, I think it kills all the mosquitoes up to an acre, but I haven't used it yet. I got it last summer when it was on sale at a very good price. Those things are super expensive. They were over $1,000, but I was able to, I'm not paying that price unless I had to. Honestly, it is a good investment because in the summertime, I like to be outside all day, every day in the summer. Problem is, I can't even walk out my door because of the bugs. I could not cut my grass for a whole year because the mosquitoes and the other biting bugs were so horrific. I couldn't, like, even just letting my dog out well, she's passed now, but the mosquitoes would be all on the patio door, the screen door, waiting for me to come out. So it was horrible. And I do have the mosquito clothing. You can get this like net clothing, and I actually have it. You just put it over top of your clothes. So I do have it, but yeah. So it really didn't work. One thing, it is boiling hot in that thing, and the other problem is that it helps, but it's really difficult to keep because it doesn't go over top of your shoes. So when I'm cutting grass, they're actually biting me through my running shoes. So I mean, I tried everything to cut my grass, but I just couldn't. They were just biting my feet, and I even I put that over top of a hooded sweatshirt. um, and then I tried to cover my hands, but no, I don't like the mosquito netting clothes that you put over top of your clothes. I just didn't like them. So the mosquito magnet seems to be the best option so that you can actually be outside and get work done. Yeah, it's expensive, and I hate having to charge things to credit because you have to pay it and you're paying interest. But oh, I hear something. I think I hear a critter. A loud one. Sounds like it's coming from the pool shed. I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, so the mosquito magnet is expensive, but if it works, it's actually worth it because if you can't go outside and get any work done, that is horrible. It's horrible for your health and it's not productive. So, and I hate using credit card, but until I get that other house sold, I have no other option. So I was able to get some help last summer or last spring, and I was able to get that mosquito magnet, but you have to have a propane tank. I did not have one, and I don't have a vehicle because the cost of everything takes my money from my vehicle. So I can't buy anything because I just don't. Yeah, so I can't buy anything at the moment. So I couldn't use it. So this year I'm hoping that I can go and get a propane tank, get it filled, and then I'm good. But I think it only lasts a month. So I would have to get like 4 propane tanks, get them filled, and then as one is empty, then I can just switch it. And yeah, that's pretty much the best option I'm thinking because I can't be reliant or dependent on finding someone to go and refill my propane tanks for me. So the only option I'm going to have is to get 4 propane tanks, at least 4, get them all filled so it can be running 24/7. So the mosquito magnet, if you don't know, it's only the female mosquitoes that bite, the male ones don't. So it attracts them, and you can put these cartridges, I think it's octanol cartridges in them, and that mimics the smell that they're attracted to. So it brings them to the mosquito magnet even more than it already does. If you don't know, mosquitoes are attracted to is it carbon dioxide? Carbon monoxide. I don't remember. Anyways, the machine puts it out. I think it's carbon dioxide. Yeah, and it puts it out, and that's what attracts mosquitoes to the machine. But if you put the cartridge in, you're also adding the scent that also attracts them. So it's more powerful in getting them to come to the machine. And as they get close, it sucks them in like a vacuum and it traps them. And then they just die. And then you just empty the little basket thing inside, and you just leave it on all summer long, and it's supposed to kill all the mosquitoes for at least a whole acre. So I'm gonna test it out, and let's pray it works, because I have so much work to do out here. I need it to work. So yeah, so that's another thing on my list. I gotta get that mosquito magnet going now that I'm seeing little bugs flying around. I don't know what kind of bugs they are because they're flying. I can't see them. They don't stop. Hopefully they're not mosquitoes, but that's another thing I gotta get done. So I think tomorrow I'll take that bush down. And I also need to start cutting down all these picker bushes and these overgrown weeds. They all gotta go ASAP. And yeah, they gotta go ASAP. It looks horrible, especially that corner of the pool. That's actually a slab of concrete, and then it has weeds growing around it. So if I can get the weeds growing out, that'll clean it up a little bit. And I take that bush out, that'll look nice. And then my plan, actually, what I'm hoping is I wanted to get enough flowers that are kind of bunching and that stay pretty much all summer long and into the fall. And I want to plant them until I can take this fence down because I need help. I want to plant them all along the fence so it looks pretty and I don't have to keep doing weeding and all that kind of stuff. So maybe nasturtiums, they spread and they are so cold hardy. So I might actually put nasturtiums all along that fence on the inside. And then on the outside, I'm going to do all the rodent repellents because I'm in the woods. So there's mice. You see mice. They run up from the woods and from the brook, and they run around on the pool. So on the pool cover. So I know there's mice here. So on the other side of the pool, I'll put all the plain color stuff like mint and garlic really repels them. So I'll just put a bunch of garlic cloves, some mint, I'll do some like lavenders and all kinds of stuff that's supposed to repel critters. And yeah, so when looking at my pool, it'll look so much nicer having those flowers. Then on the other side, you just get the plain color plants. So yeah, we'll have some function on one side, a little pretty, and it keeps the weeds down. And then the other side, just all repellents. I think it'll work out pretty good. I mean, at least in the meantime, I need to make it look decent so it doesn't look so horrible to look at. It's horrible. So yeah, I want to look at something nice. Now, once I take the cover off the pool, then I think that's going to help because honestly, the water's clear. It's just a little murky because it's been sitting there for 2 years, and it's got leaves. There's so many leaves on the bottom. So yeah, it's definitely gonna be a little dirty and dead rodents. But once I get that cover off, I think we're good. And here's my plan. That cover, I think, is going to be excellent to kill grass. And I cannot cut grass down that hill of death on that one side. It is so steep. So this is what I'm thinking. Actually, I might even do it tomorrow because the sooner I do it, the better. I'm going to take that pool cover off. And then I'm going to, but I wish I had help because I don't want to rip the cover, and I want to keep it nice. So I'll put on some rubber gloves and I'll pull that out, but I'm going to pull it down that hill. And I'm literally going to lay it out on the grass on that hill. And that's what I'll do. I'll put bucket on each corner so it doesn't blow away. And yeah, I think it'd be not too much time, and that will kill all that grass, and it'll just be soiled. And then, yeah, that'll be nice because this is what I'm thinking. It's not a permanent solution, but you cannot cut grass down that hill. If you had a tractor and a bush hog, you can do it on like 80% of that hill you can, but then you're getting around to the cliff and you just can't. So I'm thinking I'll use that as a tarp, and then let's see. Yeah, there's some things in that hill behind that pool shed. There's like two. I can see some plastic thing, and I can tell that it used to be an air mattress. I think there's 2 or 3 of them. So I'm going to pull those out, and I can put them on that hill with buckets on top. And so I know it's going to look horrible and it's going to look like an eyesore. It's ugly, but you know what? I'd rather that than overgrown grass, and then you get snakes and it's housing rodents. So I'm just going to try and cover all that grass down the hill with the pool cover and all the tarps and anything plastic I can find. And if I need to, I'll see about getting a roll of plastic sheeting and just roll it out, because I I always would get 10 feet by 100 feet, and it was $67, and that's Canadian. So that stuff is amazing. So what I found is, at least the one that I would get from hardware store, that it holds up during the heat and also the winter. So the sun doesn't even wear out. Just usually sun, it weakens plastic and stuff. But I still have it on the greenhouse at the other house. It's been there for 4 years, and it's perfect. So worst case, I'll see if I can get a roll of that 100-foot roll, maybe 2, and just cover all that grass on that hill on the other side. And the sooner I do it, the better, because it's starting to grow. So I think tomorrow I'm going to take that cover off and cut down that tree. So yeah, I think it'll be a productive day. Oh, hey, Ryan and Melody. Welcome in. Welcome in. I'm just sitting here. Oh, yeah, I've been doing random lives all week long just to get some hours up. So they're not really meant to entertain anyone. They're just so people can just play them to help me with some hours. But yeah, so today I'm just doing some yard work, and I thought I'll take the camera out here while I'm doing some yard work. And yeah, last week, let's see. Oh yeah, the other day I went live from the garage. I attempted to clean that out, but it's still too cold. I don't work well in the cold. So Johnny came in, Dylan Farms, and Tony from our cabin in the woods, Jan, Simply Jan Homestead, and they haven't seen the property really. So so we went down there and we showed them the book, and so we just walked around and looked at stuff. And then yesterday I co-streamed with Lori from Lori's World, and we just, again, it's pretty much just to help with watch covers. So it's just for fun. So we just went live from the old pool house woodshed, and yeah, so got some good advice, but it's still difficult when you have to do everything by yourself. So anyways, so nice to see you stopping in. Unfortunately, I can't see comments on my phone, so I'm sorry I missed your comments, because I can't see the screen in the sun. It's just black. But I did have my other, so my old cell phones, I can still use them for Wi-Fi, and that's what I use to stream with. But I can't see the screen when I'm streaming, so I can't see what people are saying. But I do have my other old phone. I have that with me so that I can check comments, but oh, I missed you. So sorry about that. Hopefully you have an amazing day and you get lots and lots of work done. So I'm just taking a break and drinking some water. Oh, you can see. Wait a minute. I think there's a delay because I'm showing you my water and you can't see it. Oh, it's this little battery, that's why. Wait. Well, that's weird. You can't see. How come you can't? Oh, wow, I have quite the delay here. Oh my goodness. So I was showing you my glass, but I was trying to make sure you can see it, but it wasn't showing up on my screen, so I was moving it all the different places and it's not showing up. I thought my lens is broken or something, but okay, so now I know I have a delay here, so that's good to know. And that's the purpose of experimenting with these lives, is so I can learn, and that's what I've been doing. So I started doing some random lives. Again, it's for hours, so people have something they can just play and then go do stuff, and then it helps. But I've learned a lot, so yep, every time I go live, I learn some more new things. And I'm also learning the delays. I did not realize there was so much of a delay. So I must have, yeah, I must have like 15-20 second delay. So I don't like that, but you know, it is what it is. So not a big deal. And oh, let me see here. So those are actually, there's some apple trees in there. And the neighbor is so nice, he can't be bothered with them. So he actually lets me, well, last fall they had already fallen on the ground, but so I really didn't get, yeah, they were already fallen on the ground. But hopefully this year I'll be able to get them before they fall. So there's there's probably, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's probably 7 or 8 apple trees in there, and he doesn't want any of them, so he said I can have them all, and I don't even have to ask. He said I can just go and take them. He said they're a nuisance and they're all over the place, so he wants me to go and take them. So yeah, next year, so I think next year, well, this year, in the fall, I'm going to keep an eye on those apple trees, and hopefully I'll be able to get some good apples from there. So yeah, so it's nice to have some apple trees. So there's quite a few there. But I do have, oh yeah, last year my other neighbor, so I do have a really nice neighbor down the road a little bit, and oh, she was so nice. So a friend of hers has a whole bunch of like orchard quality apples on her property. Oh, they're just a whole bunch, and they're all like different varieties. And apparently she has some other fruit trees, but this was, I mean, this was like November, so they were already done. But the apple trees were jam-packed loaded, and they were just, yeah, they were just gonna rot. So she brought me down there with her and her friend. She's like, you just take all the apples you want. Unfortunately, she's so busy with work and everything that we could only make 2 small trips. So that was sad because all those apples, I could have canned them up, froze them, made apple juice, everything. Anyways, that's okay. So hopefully, yeah, so hopefully this year, well, this year should be better because, you know, I'm already here, so we can go sooner. But I may actually be able to get a whole bunch of apples for next year, or this fall. Yeah, from there, which is nice because, you know, they're so much better quality than the grocery store. The flavor doesn't even compare, and you're freshly picked. So when I got them last fall, I I brought them home. I actually showed a picture, I think. Yeah, I showed pictures and they're in a video. But I had, I think, 7 5-gallon buckets, of really good, beautiful apples. And so I just peeled them all, and then I chopped them, and I put them in the freezer because they're really good for like an apple pie filling type thing. Well, you don't have to make an apple pie filling. So I would just defrost like a small bag, and I'd mix it with some cinnamon, Ceylon cinnamon, and what did I mix? I forget. But anyways, when you freeze them right away, they're excellent for making like an apple crumble. You could do apple pie, anything. But yeah, I wanted to get a whole bunch this year because I would love to have tons and tons of fresh apple juice canned up on the shelf. So that's one less thing that to purchase, and yeah, and then can up all the rest of the apples. I did make applesauce, the best applesauce I've ever had in my life. And honestly, I just make it up as I go. I don't know how to make applesauce, and I really didn't feel like looking. So this is what I did. I took the apples and I cut them up into like little like smaller pieces, and I threw them in the Ninja blender and pureed them. Added just a little bit of water so it's not like a thick puree. So just a little water, and I'm like, huh, that looks like applesauce. Good enough for me. So I tried some, and it was the best applesauce I've ever had. I didn't cook anything down, nothing like that. I literally just put it in the Ninja and pureed it, and it was so good. And then I canned them up. I still have some in my pantry. That was the best applesauce I ever had. It was so good. And there's no sugar, nothing. It did not need sugar. So it's pretty nice when you can find ways to preserve food and in a fairly healthy way. So I was literally just like apples. So every so often I want a snack, I'll just go and grab my homemade applesauce, add a little not too much, just a little cinnamon, because it's very powerful. It goes a long way. Just add a little cinnamon, and that's it. You do not need sugar or sweeteners. And it's, oh, one of my favorites is applesauce, homemade applesauce with your ice cream. If you ever have ice cream, put some applesauce on it. Well, good quality applesauce. And eat it with applesauce. So good. Oh yeah, applesauce with some unpasteurized sliced like cheese. So I get unpasteurized raw cheese from Cow's Creamery in PEI, and it is so good. And then I like to just cut them up in little pieces and just snack on them with something. Applesauce and little pieces of cheese, oh, are so good. Really good snack. So yeah, this year I need to make a whole bunch more applesauce and apple juice. I want to do apple pie filling, can that up. Just a whole lot of things. So free apples is good. I am not turning down free apples, so I will hopefully be overloaded with Apple products. And if I can get that other house sold, I'm praying and believing it will sell sometime this year. I have to finish moving though, and I don't have help. But once that's sold, then I should be able. One of my top priorities. Well, pay off my debts because that's how I have to live at the moment. Charged credit card, so I have to pay off all the debts. Then freeze dryer. So it's definitely one of the top of my list. I mean, for health reasons, and I need to be able to have a safe way to preserve my food that is going to last for a very long time. So freeze dryers are definitely super important for those that are trying to be self-sufficient and self-sustaining and all that stuff. So yeah, canning's great, but the way they're making lids nowadays, if that lid loses a seal, you lose your food. I cannot afford that. So I will still can, and the canning process cooks your food pretty good. So what I'm thinking is I I'll still can all summer long. I am canning everything I can can. And then once I get a freezing, I will load that freezers as much as I can. But then once I get a freeze dryer, then I can always open the canned jars of food, and I can freeze dry them. And then that food is now preserved for mostly like 25 years. So it's a whole lot of work. It's a ton of work, but it's worth it. So freeze dryers are super expensive, but it's definitely worth the investment. So yeah, a vehicle is definitely important, and also a freeze dryer for me, because I've had to live on grocery store food. It has destroyed my health. It is horrible. My health is the worst it's been because of severe stress and anxiety. For things I don't have control over and I can't do anything about, it affects your health. And so it's been a rough the last 2 years have been the absolute worst for my health. And I'm really good with health stuff, but it's having to use grocery store stuff, and because I couldn't get a garden in last year, and then severe stress and anxiety. So that is another thing on my list. But yeah, so hopefully tomorrow we will see that eyesore gone and the pool cover. Hopefully I should be able to. Honestly, I've never taken a pool cover off a pool before, and I have no idea how heavy this is. But I did notice that the wheel is at the side of the house. There's no pool equipment here except the odd thing, but I think the reason the pool wheel is at the side of the house is because they were evicted in uh, the winter. I think it was like February or March. So even if they wanted to take it to sell it for whatever they want to, I don't know. Anyways, you'd have to dig it out of the snow. So fortunately, I at least have that wheel, so I could drag that wheel over, and I could put that along the side of the pool, and I could try and hook up. I know you probably shouldn't do it, but I could try and hook up that cover and wheel it up. So the wheel, like, that's what you'd put your solar blanket on. But I'm thinking might be able to use it to get the pool cover off. But then the problem is, like, I still have to clean it. But if I can take it out of the water, if I should be able to pull it out, because I'm sure it's heavy, but it's probably not unbearably heavy. So I'm at least gonna try. Get that pool cover, put it over the grass down the hill. That'll kill the grass. So it's serving two purposes. And then the scary part is I can actually see what's in the pool. So I'm hoping it's clean, it's beautiful, and everything's wonderful, but most likely underneath that cover, it's probably not something I want to look at. But anyways, has to get done. Pool is definitely a top priority, but it's going to take some money because you have to have pool equipment. So I won't actually be cleaning the pool anytime soon, I don't think, because again, you have to have equipment. So I need a pump. I need to be able to pump this water out down the hill. And then once it's pumped out, then I have to get in there and hand scrub and disinfect and clean it all. So that I can do, but that's not going to cost money other than buying some vinegar and stuff. But yeah, I can clean it out. It's going to be disgusting and horrible, but it's something that I don't have to pay for. But then once I clean it out, then I'm going to have to get a pump, and I'm going to have to get, I don't know, filtration system. Well, it's going to be salt water. So yeah, I got to get something set up. But that's the problem, is I don't even know what to get as far as equipment. And then I don't even know how you set it up and how does it work. So I do actually have electrical in the basement that says pool pump. So I do actually have electrical, and apparently there was never any problem with the pool. Should work. But I just need someone to explain to me, okay, this is what you do in baby steps. So I definitely need to get this up and running immediately. But I have to get equipment first. So doesn't make sense to drain it and do all that work cleaning it and then fill it with water if I don't have a system to run it and keep it clean. So anyways, unfortunately the pool's gonna have to wait until I get equipment. And then let's see, I I think that's, yeah, the pool. I should be able to, honestly, if I just had the equipment, I could do everything myself and I should be able to get up and running. The only thing I can't do is the concrete work around it, where the concrete is sagging and cracking, but that's okay. So yeah, so I'm not going to do that anytime soon, but all that concrete has to get fixed. So, but I can use the pool the way it is. Honestly, it doesn't affect the pool. I just have to clean it. So that'll be another day. But for now, I'm just focusing on start gardening stuff. So just gonna sit here in the sun for a few more minutes and then I'll go back in the garage, get some topsoil, and finish those buckets. And then once those buckets are finished, then let me see. Oh yes, I have to bring my work table over. So that is the plan. I'm gonna bring the work table over because I have to move the empty buckets that are not filled. Then I can refill the buckets. And then I will take my Bootstrap Farmer fancy, beautiful, pretty seed cell things, get them filled so that I have that soil put aside. I'm not planting anything in them just yet. I just want to get them filled so that they are ready to go, so that I don't have to worry about, oh my gosh, I was doing all these things and I didn't save enough soil for my seeds. So I want to get those filled just so they're ready to go. And then I definitely want to get this cleaned. And this I found, if you missed it, behind the pool down the garbage dump. That's what I call it. They just dumped everything down there. And it's in good condition, so I'm just going to wash it. Honestly, there's nothing wrong with it. So I'm just going to wash it, and now I have a white, pretty flower planter for the deck. So, yeah, I have a lot of things to get done today, but just going to take a break for a few more moments. And also, my battery is dying. So, I'm actually going to have to switch. So, what I'm doing is, okay, so I'm going to have to end this camera. Okay, so the live is on my desktop, so I don't lose the live. But I'm going to end this camera because I have to put this phone on the charger. So I'm actually going to leave the live stream from this camera, so you'll see this go off. But then I'm just going to restart it with the other phone that is charged. Alrighty, so just a moment. Okay, so let's see here. Just trying to figure things out here. There we go. Okay. He was streaming. Ouch, 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 ouch. Oh, look, it's a baby. So I'm just, aw. So my sweet little kitty was out the door waiting for me. So just a moment, I have to put this phone on the charger, but I have to end the live on this one. So just a moment. Okay, so while the battery on the phone I was using to stream with is charging, I am going to use this one, but I have to keep it out of the sun until the other one is charged. So for the next little while, I'm going to work on some more of my seeds, and I'm going to just put you here for the moment. Okay, so you're here for the moment, and I just have to go and get some water to germinate some more of my seeds. So, that is normally where my pets like to lay on their cute little memory foam bed, right by the patio door. So they may or may not come and entertain you for the moment, but I just need to get some water. It's okay. Go lay in your bed. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, if they want to see you, you can go lay in your bed. Okay, so got my water for my seed starting. Okay. Oh, I also have to go put clothes in the dryer, so I'll be back in just a moment. Alright, so I need to get a few more things for the next seeds I'm going to start. I don't need that one. Okay, so alright, so I got everything I need. Now, okay. Let's see. Where did my those? Alright, so I have my water here for my seed starting. And now I'm just going to get the paper towels ready. So I rip these into the small pieces, and then that's what I germinate on. So that's a much nicer view. Well, if my rescues would come and entertain you, but they're mostly all sleeping right now. Actually, you know, I could probably put Coconut on her bed. Let me see. There's their temporary playroom. So you might see them, maybe, yeah, you might see one going down there. So I'll put you right there for the moment. And you might see one better over there. So it is a really nice day today. Beautiful weather. We have waited 7 months for this beautiful weather. And I've got the patio door open, and you can hear the rushing water of the brook. So pretty much they're all sleeping. So it's not a really good time to watch them play. But every once in a while, one will run in there and just start stomping on a toy. So I'll just leave that there in case one of them comes by while I'm ripping paper towels for my seeds. I'm just trying to decide which seeds to start next. So for the most part, I'm pretty good for the seeds that'll do well right now. There's some things that you don't want to start them too early because then they'll get root bound. Because oh, here comes one. So I can't plant outside until the middle of June. So anything that I seed start, it's gonna be stuck in either a seed cell or it's gonna be stuck in a seed snail for like 2 months. Well, let's see, end of May. Well, about a month and a half. Yeah, because, well, by the time they germinate, yeah, so they'll be in there for a month, month and a half. So actually, you know what, I might, maybe I could actually start those. That's not bad. Month and a half, yeah. You know, maybe I will start my cucumbers and squashes right now then. Oh, my sunflowers. Yeah, I'm going to start my sunflowers. That's what I'm going to do right now. So, here we have all of the paper towels that I'm going to use right now. So I've got these all ready to go. So I'm going to put them right there in my seed office. It is a folding table. So I set up a seed office right here in this spot because it's a night. I like the view. Well, it's just nice. So I'm going to sit here and work on my seeds, and you can watch my pets if they come and go. They should. So, and I will let you know what I'm doing. I will keep you updated. So, let's just, okay, so I gotta get those seeds out, actually. My goodness, I have a lot of seed sorting and cleaning to do. This is my absolute favorite time of the year, though. Oh my goodness. I look forward to this for so long, being able to get my seeds started. But once I see them start to grow, that brings me so much joy, and I get so excited. And then the second most favorite time is being able to actually plant them, even though it's a ton of work. Now, if you already have established raised beds, oh, you're good. But I am working from scratch using grass and whatever I have on my property for free that's not going to cost money. And, you know, if I need something, if it's really, really cheap, then I might be able to work something out with the credit card. But for the most part, it's hard when you can't just go and design something the way you want. You know, I'd love to fence in the yard. That is my dream. Fence in the yard, keep the other people's dogs off my property because they're destructive. And they dig everything, they get into stuff, it's horrible. So definitely need fencing. And then I would love to be able to just go and buy like 200 metal raised beds and then have, you know, thousands of dollars of topsoil and pro mix delivered and to fill them all with. I would be living my life and just living my best life and being the happiest you could ever be just doing that. And I would be, oh, that would be my dream. And then in between the raised beds, cover it with mulch. And you have no maintenance, no grass to cut, which means you don't have to keep buying gas and then your lawnmower maintenance. So, oh, that is my dream. Whole front lawn, just raised beds. So, but in the meantime, I'm working with what I have. So, let's see here what we've got. Oh, so many options to choose from on what to do next. Okay. So I'm just gonna pick out the sunflowers and the pumpkins and squashes, and I'm gonna work on those today. Oh my gosh, so many amazing varieties. Probably want those. So far, I got a decent start. Pumpkin. I'm not gonna do my flowers just yet because I'm thinking I don't want to start them in the paper. So I get pretty much 100% germination rate when I start my seeds the way that I do, which is great. But a lot of the flower seeds they're so fragile and they're so like tiny and thin, and it can be very difficult to then transplant them into soil. So some of the things, and even some of the herbs, they're so tiny that I think I actually am going to do something a little different this year, and I'm just going to put them right in some soil. So I'll get some soil put up, and then I will, so I'll get some soil put up, and then I will just sprinkle them on top, and I'll put them outside during the day, and then I think I'll just bring them in at night, and hopefully I'll get a good germination rate. But normally I don't get very good germination rates if I just direct sow right in the soil. So I am hoping that maybe it'll be a little different this year. So, alright, so I've got some to start, but I really wanted to focus on my sunflowers. So I'm going to check my seed boxes here and see if I have the sunflowers up here. Check my seed office for sunflowers. Nope, I took them out. Okay, so now, oh, I think I know where they are. I think they're in my other seed office. Just a moment. I move you out of the way so you don't fall. I don't want you to hurt yourself. Okay. I thought I had 2 boxes. Oh my gosh. Is this what I think it is? Yes. Okay, so I thought I had more, but that's okay. We have lots to work with. So I'm going to get these ready, and I'll show you which ones I am planting. Oh, I think I have some in here too. Goodness. It's nice to have lots and lots of seeds. Okay, let's put you over here and see. Let's see, is that Lifty Girl? She likes these mostest. You want this toy, honey? What's that? You want this one? What's that? No. They are just so loving the sound of the water coming through the patio door. And it's just it's a nice cool day. I actually was able to not have heat on today, which is nice. So they're pretty much all sleeping. Or they're just laying by the door, back patio door, listening to the water. Okay, so I'm just looking for the other, oh, here they are. Okay. I know I had 3 more packs. All right, so we're good to go. So I'm going to show you which ones I'm going to be working on right now so far to start. Oh, that one goes over here. And I know, oh, here they are. I knew I had my sunflowers. So I found another box of my seeds. Oh, that goes here. Okay, so a part of me doesn't want to plant all my seeds because, you know, I would like, just in case I can't buy any next year, I want to at least have some. But on the other hand, giant sunflowers are free fencing and good fencing. So I think I do want to just plant all of them. Not all these, yeah, so it's good fencing. It's also, I mean, you can harvest the seeds, and it's amazing for the pollinators, the bees, everything. But, yeah, I want to put them all around the yard. If I could make a fence perimeter around the whole yard, I would be happy. But it would take a whole lot of seed. But, you know, if I even can just get fencing around the front lawn, it's better than nothing. So, all right, let me show you what I have here so far. Okay, so these are the varieties that I have. Let me just make this a little easier. Okay, so we've got the large gray stripe. So these sunflowers are going to be like between 10 and 20 feet tall. We have Kong Giant. That's the first I've heard of those. So I just got those this year. All of these ones I bought last year. There is Giant Sun Gold, and there's multiple packs of some of them. And then I have one pack of the Mongolian Giant. I tried them once, but I actually found that I like I don't know, the large gray stripe, it seemed to be bigger. It could have just been just my experiment with them, so I don't know. But then I got some of the Gigantus. Those also did very well. I experimented one year, wasn't last year, it was year before. I just grew a couple just to see, and they were stunted, and it was late season, so I didn't expect anything, and I was so pleased. They were like 6 feet tall, and for them to be like 3 months past being planted, they were stunted and everything. I think they did well. So I've got small sugar pumpkin. What is this one here? Oh, another small sugar pumpkin. Connecticut Field, Touch of Autumn, Baby Pumpkin, Naked Bear Pumpkin, Baby Pam. We've got Long Island Cheese Pumpkin. I think it's a Gerardale Pumpkin. I don't know that one there, but oh yeah, so this one here is the most important one that I'm going to be growing, because when you buy pumpkin seeds, so when you harvest the seeds out of your pumpkins, you're harvesting the shells. The seeds are inside. But if you don't want to have to break open shells to get to your seed, you can actually grow the pumpkins that grow the seeds without the shells. This is the kind of pumpkins they grow to make pumpkin seeds. So I want to grow these specifically for harvesting for pumpkin seeds to eat. So that was really important. I thought I had more. Oh, I knew it. So I actually do. I have more. I knew I had more. So I have another pack of pumpkin seeds to check. Now some of these have one seed in them. They're not full packages. Some of them are, but some have just like 1 or 2 seeds. And then there's a Jack Be Little. And then, oh yeah, this one here should go over here because those are the same ones. So I think this one has just a couple. So I'm going to grow those just for pumpkin seed. So I'm going to start with these, and then I'm going to check my pumpkin, the other packs I have, and whatever I'm really low on, I'm going to see if I have another pack. Even if it's just a few seeds in them, every bit helps. And you can watch Mrs. Grouch on her couch. There you go. So I'm going to work on these seeds. I'm going to start with my sunflowers because I'm using those for fencing. So I would like those to be done first. That is most important for me. Okay. Let's see here. Get these out of the way. And I've got everything I need here. And also, so just a little side note, if you're gardening outside, if you use a regular permanent marker, it'll probably just like fade away in the sun. And a lot of people have noticed too that after a short period of time, their garden signs look like they've been erased because the ink it's gone. So if you're going to be labeling stuff that's going outside, it's best to actually use these. These are Sharpie brand Extreme Weather. They used to be called something else. Oh no, these are Extreme Fade Resistant, but they used to be called, it was Weather. Let me see if I still have them. No. So the ones that I got, the most recent ones, say Extreme Fade Resistant, but the ones that I got before this said Extreme Weather. So anyways, it's supposed to help with your sun and also with rain and all that kind of stuff. So I would highly recommend use those markers, and they may still fade. It says fade resistant. It doesn't mean it's not going to. So they may still fade, but it's not going to be anywhere near as bad as the other ones. So that's just a good random piece of information. And now I'm going to start on my seeds here. So let's start with the gigantus. All right. Most importantly, one of the first things I do is I label the Ziploc bag so I know what I'm working with. If you're wondering why our head's in the corner, because I have the patio door open a crack. It did not have a screen door. Oh, she sees something. Let me go check. So it didn't come with the screen door, which I'm not happy about. Oh, I don't see anything. That's okay. So yeah, the back patio door did have the screen door. This one doesn't. So unfortunately, I can't actually open my door and get a nice breeze because there's no screen door. And a lot of the windows actually don't even have screens, so that's not good. But it is what it is. Just have to make do. At least I can open the back door, so that helps because that does have a screen.
If you're wondering what that noise is, I'm going to show you because it's funny. So, a few weeks ago, Jesse and Lisa sent me a package of stuff, and my cat loves the box, and he was obsessed with the box that it was shipped in. So, one second, I'm just going to move this chair so you can see him. Look how funny. He was fluffing up the packing paper. It was so cute. So he is still loving this box. And you know, it brings them joy. So they, you know what, I'm happy for them. So I just let them enjoy it. So, and they love laying here in the sun. So, oh, they're so cute. They make me laugh. So I'll just put you here. This is why they're not in the playroom, because they're over here. I'll move this chair over. Okay, so there. And there's usually a lineup, so there'll be one or two waiting in line. So as soon as one gets out, they can take a spot. I don't know how this is comfortable, but it's so cute and it makes them happy. He fell asleep in the box. Oh no, he's watching at the window. I'm not sure. He loves his box. He's so cute. Okay, well, I want to go back outside, but I'm still waiting for my phone to charge. So we'll go back to working on some seeds while I wait for this phone to charge. Okay, so I'm gonna put you right here back with Mrs. Grouch on her couch. Now I'm just going to get back to my seeds. So I've got one thing of the gigantic sunflowers done now. I'm working on the next paper towel to fill. Okay, so I've got the second paper towel done for my sunflowers. Oh my goodness, it's going to take so long. So I actually take them out of the shell. So if you don't know, your sunflower seeds, obviously they're inside the shell, but when you're planting seeds, if you take them out of the shell, they will germinate a whole lot faster. But you do have to pay close attention because they do germinate so fast that you have to make sure that you take them out of the paper towel quickly so that they don't rot. So I just have a couple more and then I can open the next package. Get that done. My phone is taking forever to charge and this one is dying, so wanted to go back outside, get some more work done, but we shall see. Okay, so I think, yeah, let me check my battery here. Oh wow, I'm at 4%. Okay, so I'm gonna close the camera on this one, put this on the charger, and then bring it back on the other one. There we go.